Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. President Vladimir Putin has accused Ukraine of launching a major provocation after defense officials said around 300 Ukrainian troops had crossed into Russia's Kursk region. Fighting is reportedly ongoing in the area as Moscow said troops supported by 11 tanks and more than 20 armoured combat vehicles crossed the border near the town of Sudza, 10 kilometres from the front line. Thousands of people have left their homes in the region, officials said. Ukraine has yet to comment on the Russian allegations. Speaking ahead of a meeting of the Security Council in Moscow, Mr. Putin accused Ukrainian forces of firing indiscriminately at civilian buildings and residences. A Thai court has ordered the dissolution of the Reformist Party, which won the most seats and votes in last year's election, but was blocked from forming a government. The ruling also banned Pitalim Jaranrat and 10 other senior figures from politics for 10 years. The verdict from the Constitutional Court was expected after its ruling in January that Move Forward's campaign promise to change royal defamation laws was unconstitutional. The court had said changes to the notoriously harsh lèse-majesté law was tantamount to calling for the destruction of the constitutional monarchy. Tim Walz touted his rural roots and said Donald Trump would take the US backwards as he appeared for the very first time as Kamala Harris's running mate at a raucous Democratic Party rally. At the event in Philadelphia, the party's new nominee for vice president said that their Republican rivals in November's election were weird as hell.
Like all regular people I grew up with in the heartland, JD studied at Yale, had his career funded by Silicon Valley billionaires, and then wrote a bestseller trashing that community. Come on! That's not what middle America is. And I gotta tell you, I can't wait to debate the guy.
The Minnesota governor spoke in front of thousands of supporters just hours after he was announced as Miss Harris's pick for the role. The Trump campaign, meanwhile, was quick to attack Mr. Walz as a dangerously liberal extremist.
Violent crime was up under Donald Trump. That's not even counting the crimes he committed.
A helicopter has crashed in a forest outside Nepal's capital, Kathmandu, shortly after taking off, killing all 5 people on board. It is the latest of more than a dozen air crashes in the mountainous region since 2000. Police confirmed all 4 passengers were Chinese nationals, 3 men and 1 woman, while the pilot was a Nepali male. Local residents saw a fire emanating from the forest and alerted authorities. More than 360 people have died in plane or helicopter crashes in Nepal in the past 24 years. A Polish man has been found guilty of assault after punching Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen. A court in the capital Copenhagen sentenced him to 4 months in jail, deportation and a ban on entering Denmark for 5 years. The 39-year-old man, who has not been named, told the court on Tuesday that he had drunk too much to remember what had happened. Ms. Frederiksen suffered minor injuries when she was punched on the shoulder during the encounter in a square in the city in June. Connie Chiume, a veteran South African actor who appeared in Marvel film Black Panther, has died at the age of 72. The multi-award-winning actress starred in several South African TV shows, including Rhythm City, Zone 14, and most recently, Gomorrah. Chiume was a trained teacher but later became a household name on mainstream television. Her family say she died at a Johannesburg hospital on Tuesday afternoon. And a park fire in Sacramento has grown into California's 4th largest fire on record. This incredible time-lapse footage of the blaze vortex shows the fire getting more and more intense as smoke continues to envelop the sky. The blaze has burnt through more than 414,000 acres and prompted evacuations in the Mill Creek area. Tinder-dry forests, high temperatures and steep canyons have made it difficult to fight the blaze, which has destroyed around 640 homes and other structures so far. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.